Hi YouTube, Simple Grower here from the Pacific Northwest. I just wanted to pop on here and do a little bit of an introductory. I managed to make a video of me making my kombucha. It's a 2-week process, so it's kind of a process of getting it on recording. But anyway, I just wanted to say hi to you. Everything's going great here, still working hard. And I just wanted to show you how I make my kombucha. So I hope you enjoy it. Take good care. And basically this is the first step. So my kombucha, I use 16 cups of water, which is 1 gallon of water. And I use 12 tea bags. And this is black tea. And this is just, not fancy, generic black tea that I use. I like to use fancy tea for guests. I drink coffee. So we'll just use this inexpensive black tea for our kombucha. With kombucha, you can use any kind of tea essentially. But the thing is that the ferment, after we're done brewing this tea, is done with cane sugar. Cane sugar is the food source for the probiotics. So this is filtered water. My water here has a lot of iron in it, so I have to buy the water. I don't have a filter system, so we'll do that someday. Anyway, these guys go into my compost pile, and turn this on. High. I'll bring this to a boil and then let it steep for about 20 minutes. Okay, so my tea is steeped for about 15 minutes. Still pretty hot, obviously. I'm going to go ahead and fish these tea bags out. And I'll be putting these tea bags into my compost pile as well. Really good source of nitrogen. And then one thing I forgot to tell you is that I only put half of the gallon into the water to steep the tea, into the pot to steep the tea. I put the rest of the water inside my brewing vessel. And the reason I do that is because in order for me to put the kombucha SCOBY in there, which is the probiotic thing that creates a kombucha with the cane sugar, the reason I do this is to get it cooled down fast enough, or a little bit faster anyway. So, let's switch sides here. So, this right now, even with half of the water cooled down to room temperature, it's at 109 degrees. I need it to be under 90. I put it at 85 to be safe. Just because if the water's too hot, then the SCOBY gets killed and dies. So, okay, so here we are. We're ready for our second brew, our second ferment of our kombucha brew that we're making. This is the kombucha that I started out with. This is a gallon of filtered water with 12 black tea bags. That's steeped for about 15 minutes. And then I put in a cup and a half of cane sugar. Let that dissolve real well. Dropped it down to below 90 degrees. By impatient, so I only waited till 89 degrees. And then I went ahead and put my kombucha SCOBY into the jar. Then I covered it with a cloth and put it up into my kombucha closet and let it set for 7 days. So this has been setting now for 7 days. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go ahead and flavor my kombucha. I could leave my kombucha the way it is, flavored just as it is. Like it tastes pretty much like black tea. And it tastes good right now. So If I wanted to keep it that way, I could. But I'm new to the kombucha making, and so I'm trying out different flavors. Here I have my blackberry juice from my Marion blackberries that I'm going to use in this. So I'm going to go ahead and get my scobies out of my kombucha. This is the first ferment again. And here's the scobies. They look gross, I know. Those are going into a jar. Might have another SCOBY down here. And I do. Okay, so this jar here is my SCOBY Hotel. And so what I do is go ahead and take some of the first ferment juice. This is the first ferment from the kombucha. And I go ahead and put a couple cups into my SCOBY Hotel. That way it preserves the scobies, and I can use them over and over again. Several uses, as a matter of fact, I can use them. They last, they'll probably last another 6 batches or so. Get a wooden spoon here. Because what you want to do with this ferment is you want to make sure that you keep it stirred up well. Keep the bacteria that's in there rolling around. I'll go ahead and fill my bottles with my flavor. This time I'm using blueberry. One of my favorite flavors for kombucha right now is pineapple and cayenne. That's my all-time favorite so far. I've tried blueberry and apple and strawberry now, all stuff from my garden. And so far I like the pineapple cayenne, which is not from my garden, but I like it. Typically I'll add about a 1/4 cup of flavor to each jar. This one was about a 1/2 cup, which is okay because I guess one of the things I'm worried about with this is the amount of natural sugar, because you need sugar for both ferments. You need sugar to feed the SCOBY, feed the bacteria. It's good bacteria, but you need the sugar to feed the bacteria so it'll carbonate and turn into what you want it to turn into. So I'm just going to go ahead and put all the blackberry juice that I have into each jar. Each jar is getting about a 1/4 cup, 1/3 cup, somewhere in there, close. Get rid of this stuff. Okay. Actually, I need my funnel again. So while you're pulling the kombucha, the first ferment kombucha out of the jar, you want to keep it nice and stirred up. And the reason is because all that bacteria that's in there, once again, good bacteria, that's in there, you want to be able to harvest that and disperse it evenly. Make sure you can see that. I like to leave just a little bit of head space because this is a drink that is going to build up a lot of carbonation. And I know people feel differently about this, but my feeling is that the extra head space helps when you're opening the bottle. Oops, that one got a little bit too full. Got a little overzealous on this one, so I'm going to take some of that out. Here. Just about there. Okay. Your jars are full. Go ahead and put more into this jar. A little bit of head space. Alright, now these jars, let's go ahead and pop the top down like that. And then I'll put these up into my kombucha closet. And in probably 2 or 3 days, I'll check them, make sure the carbonation is good, and I'll show you what happens from there. So I'll see you next time. So I'm excited to show you guys the results of my latest batch of kombucha. Remember that I flavored my kombucha with the blackberries from my yard. So kombucha making is a 2-week process. This is after the second ferment, and so I'm going to show you what I got. Again, kombucha is a fermented drink that is full of good probiotics and other bacteria that are super good for your gut and good for your overall health. I've been experimenting with kombucha quite a while now, 3 months or so, not a long time. And I've tried a lot of different flavors. This so far is my favorite flavor, blueberry or blackberry. I also like the blueberry that I made from the blueberries in my yard as well. But I also like pineapple cayenne. That's another one of my very favorites. Anyway, this is my blackberry kombucha that I made. I'm just going to show you how I make it, or how I pour it. The kombucha can be really carbonated at this point. And depending on how much sugar was in here for the second ferment, will depend on how explosive the opening is. I've already opened one of these bottles. It's not real explosive, so we'll go ahead and do that. And you'll hear that? So after the second ferment, another SCOBY is formed inside this bottle. It's a SCOBY that you don't want to use because it's a flavored SCOBY. And you can drink the SCOBY that's in here, but I don't like to, and especially when I give it to friends, which I often do, I like to remove the second SCOBY just because, sometimes it's a turn off for people to see that. And without it, you're still getting the great probiotic benefits from the drink. So there's that SCOBY. Get something to put this down on. Okay, and then what I do is I'll pour it back into the bottle, and then I'll either put this bottle back in my refrigerator, or like I said, I'll give it to friends as gifts. A lot of my friends like kombucha. They like that I'm experimenting with different flavors, and so far they've liked all the flavors that I've made, and so have I. So anyway, we'll go ahead and test this out. See, it's a very carbonated drink. Oh my God, it is so good. It tastes like blueberries, or excuse me, blackberries, and just carbonated goodness. I can't even describe the flavor. I just love it. So anyway, I hope you guys liked the video of me making the kombucha. Hopefully I'll make more videos of me making kombucha, and we'll see you next time on the next video. Till then, everybody take care and God bless.